Aloha. Thank you for tuning in to yoga again. What is this? Week 5. Well, we'll start in a couple minutes. Set your space. Find all of your props, water, as you like. I've got my mat set up. The blocks close by. Use blocks or a cushion to achieve the same result. You'll see me using blocks throughout class today. We use props to make our shakes more enjoyable, more comfortable. Start in about a minute. On the agenda for today, we'll start lying down on our back. After a while, we'll make our way up to standing, and then we'll finish on back again. Let's begin, shall we? Lying down on back. So first things first, as you lie down on your back, feel your body, and then allow it to sink into the floor a little bit more. And you'll notice certain spots feel different than others. You're welcome to fidget your body into someplace more comfortable. For me, that means pushing the heels of my feet more forward, walking the shoulder blades down my back, tailbone scoots forward, creating more space in the lower back. And you might tuck your chin in to create more space along the back of your neck. And then after you fidget, and however you fidget, feel again your body's connection to the floor. A different connection. And so, different sensations. Feel through your body. Feel for sensation. Come what may. Let go of the things you observe. On to the next thing. Now, awareness out of the body. Start to pay attention to the room around you. Perhaps close the eyes. Feel with your skin. Temperature. Gentle air currents. The sounds inside your space, outside your space. Now notice breath. Inhaling leads to exhaling. You need to change your breath. We'll do that later. You are welcome. Breathe here. Observe your breath. Notice your breath. Feel. try to let go of sensations. When they come up, we try to let go of thoughts. Those thoughts arise. Let them pass. Watching clouds go by. We'll return to this position at the end of our time here. Take a picture of how you feel now. Perhaps compare now to later, once we get there. Moving on from rest. Hands under head. Hands under head, bends the elbows out to the side. Do the same thing with the knees. They bend out to the side, and so it's butterfly. Bottoms of feet touch. Nose more or less up at the ceiling. Notice your breathing. Notice sensations. Different than the last resting shape we were in. This butterfly, of course, is a stretch for your inner thighs, a stretch across your chest, through your inner arms. Just to play, inhale a belly breath. Really send your belly up to the sky as you inhale, fill it. Playfully let the belly fall as you exhale. And then just one more time, belly breathing like that. Inhale, lift the belly. Exhale, let the belly fall. I'll take the preparatory inhale. Prepare. Stand your feet down as you exhale. Sometimes move with the breath. Release your hands out from underneath of your head. Arms out to the side. A soft T shape. This is constructive rest. It's a neutral position for your lower back. Try to feel that. Eerie release. Backside of the pelvis, the lower back. Kindly relax your calves and hamstrings. Do pull your tummy in just below the belly button. It's a soft 2% tone of the tummy. Very little bit of pulling in. Inhale, prepare for movement. As you exhale, allow both of your knees to fall to the left. And as your knees fall to the left, turn your chin away from your knees, face to the right. Breathe. And feel good here. Resting against the ground. Noticing stretch. Sensations in the body. Observing breath. Mind and mood. Extend your right leg, the top one, a little bit longer to the left. The weight of your right leg will pull your hip more into stretch. Try to keep your right shoulder on the ground. It's not mandatory. Just think about it one day. Feel good again. Observe the breath. Inhale, prepare movement. Exhale, stack the ankles. heels, right foot to left, and stand your feet to the ground, back to constructive rest. Inhale, prepare. As you exhale, drop your knees to the right. And of course, we'll turn our face away from the knees, resting here a moment, feeling through your body. Mindful of breath. Corral the wandering mind. Let go of thoughts as they arise. Come back to feeling the body, feeling the breath, observing sounds, sensations, anything but the meandering mind. We want to calm the mind as we focus on body and breathing. Top leg, left leg. Extend it a little longer and to the right. Notice how that changes shape, changes sensation, changes your body's connection to the floor. Might change the way you breathe. Ideally, the left foot on the floor, the knee hanging heavy, both legs relaxed, both arms relaxed. Left shoulder ideally down. That's why we turn the face to the left. To help keep that shoulder down. Let go of random thoughts. Inhale, prepare. As you exhale, stack ankles, reset center, and catch your breath. Back to constructive. Very good. Lightly lift your tailbone, an inch off the ground. Pelvis up, and then pelvis right back down. Reach your arms forward and off the ground. Arms an inch or two off the ground. Kindly get ready to use the tummy muscles. Pull your tummy in, lift. Kindly, I said. Kindly lift your shoulders and head. Now try to work less as you're up here. We're going to get our tummy work out of the way early today. 5 simple crunches. You pull the tummy muscles in and down, and your shoulders pop up a little bit. Release, and you come back down. Pull the tummy in, you pop up a little bit. Release the tummy, and you come back down. And up and down. Up and down. 3, 4, 5. And then, for those of you that did 7 with me, good job. Take your head and shoulders down. Oh, I like this one more than head and shoulders up. What about you? Feel the difference, please. Settle into gravity's pull. Feel body once more. The effects of your crunching. This next one's hard, especially if you've never done this with me before. Float the legs up. Now you notice my legs are floating up. They're soft and nearly limp. Barely controlling the legs at all, just balancing them up there. Straightening the legs up would look like this. And we don't need to do that. Legs softly up there, floating. The work is in the lowest abdominal muscles. Below the belly button, pull your lowest tummy muscles in, and then try to lighten, not lift, but lighten the pelvis. Watch. Up. Inhale down. Did you see the movement? It's barely noticeable. Pay attention to my legs and pelvis. Inhale prepares the lift. Exhale, lightly lift the pelvis. Inhale down. And again, there's barely any movement there. Let's do it 5 times together. Exhale, lift the pelvis. Inhale, lower it. Exhale, lift the pelvis. Inhale, lower it. Once you've got the exercise, nose is pointing up at the ceiling. Exhale, lift the pelvis. Inhale, heavy pelvis. And I keep saying lift. That's the wrong word. Lighten the pelvis. It doesn't need to clear the ground. Inhale, heavy pelvis. One more time. Lighten the pelvis. Inhale, heavier pelvis. Bend your knees. Straighten your knees. Bend and extend. Bend and extend softly. Extended legs up. Oh, different. Good. Now bend and hug the knees. Wrap your hands around your knees and pull them in 3 times. In, out. In, out. In, out. Good. Holding the knees, you will not let go, and you will not go too far. Knees, just 4 inches to the left as you turn your face to the right. Knees, just a few inches to the right as you turn your face to the left. Nose away from knees 2 more times. Each side. 1 more time. Each side. And center. Now we connect the dots with a circle. Side in, other side out, away from you. Circle your knees a few times. One direction. That was a few for me. Change direction. A few times the other way. Perfect. Just like that again. Hands by your side. Legs up towards the sky, floaty style. Squeeze the legs down. Draw the legs together. Don't squeeze them. Encourage them together. More or less. Circle the back of your pelvis 3 times. Slow, not fast. Slow. It's kind of eerie to move slow here. It's abdominal work again. Go the other way 3. Round the back of your pelvis. The legs together. Make a circle. Find center. Hands to knees. Pull the knees in. And begin a little rock and roll. Also abdominal strength to rock up to seated. You're welcome to roll to one side and press up to sit that way. As you're ready, posture up, crisscross your legs, and remove flesh out from underneath of you. Here, you'll notice I place a block under my pelvis. They make blocks in different shapes and sizes, you'll notice. More or less the same that way, and this way. One's a little less thick than the other. You can get these on the Amazon or maybe the fitness center if you'd like to try using a block while you're down there. Anyway, side view of the block under the pelvis. You'll notice it's easier to keep your spine long and lifted with something under the pelvis. When the pelvis is above the knees, it's easier for your legs to rest here. Without a block or a cushion, I've got one close by, forgive me if I don't demonstrate using a cushion. I'm sure you can imagine that. So I can do the work of lifting my posture tall and leaning back a soft bit, but it does create tension in my legs. You might notice the knees are no longer below the pelvis with the block under the butt. Easier on the legs. And you can always take the block up higher. You can always sit on 2 or 3 blocks. You can grab yourself a stool as you need to. Where were we? Ah, facing front. I remember. Flesh out from underneath of the seat. Roll your shoulders back. Good. Tone the tummy. Feel release through the inner thighs, whether you're on a block or not. You want those knees to fall down away from you. The tendency is for them to float up and your posture to sink this way. You really want to go the other way. Defying gravity almost. Elbows more under the shoulders. We'll turn palms up to accomplish that. Rest the backs of your hands to your thighs. Float into posture. That's different than muscling posture tall. Encourage your posture tall with intention and imagination. You will stay tall. Inhale, circle now your arms out to the side and up. Just bring them down. To the side and down. Owning this space as your personal bubble. Inhale, arms up. All of this space is yours. Last time, arms circling up. Inhale, reach out further. Try to take more space up. This time, palms touch. Come down the middle. Finding your center line. Inhale, hands up that center line. And then symbolically, clean slate. Palms forward and down. Wiping windows. Dusting cobwebs from your walls. Inhale, circle arms high. This time when the hands come up, bend your elbows so your hands touch the shoulders. Inhale and shrug the shoulders, find the ceiling. Shrug shoulders higher, then try to reach the arms back as you exhale down. Good, very good. A little tick-tock with the head 3 times. Side to side. Center and a little up down. Chin softly up. Careful not to crease the back of your neck. Chin softly down. Careful here. Try to tuck your chin in a little more towards the collarbone. Good. Inhale, lightly lift the chin. You're guiding your head up, never dropping it back. Exhale, guide the chin down, then try to pull the chin up and in. Inhale, rise, chin softly lifts. Exhale, chin a little more aggressively, tucks in. Neutral. Neutral. Circle, a small head bob. So smaller than you could. One more time, we go a few this way, and then a few the other way. Change direction, so the head is front. After 3 circles this way, try to spiral your head into center. Good job. Now, different. Hands to hips, shrug the shoulders. Last exercise here, then we'll change the leg. With the shoulders shrugged, I'm going to use fists to thighs for more length. Notice the difference between palms and fists? Anyway, circle your head even smaller than before now that your shoulders are shrugged, and it's still only 3 of them. In each direction. Good. Center. And notice, have your shoulders dropped a little bit? Mine sure have. Drop them all the way. Very good. Now, posture right. Put the other leg in front. Oh. Oh. You're folded in for so long. Are you okay? Hang in the legs again so that your other leg is in front. And you know which leg was tucked in previously because it's going to be warmer than the other one. Closer to you. Posture bright. Elbows under shoulders. Inhale, again circle the arms. Now keep your right hand there. Left hand finds the floor, and as it does, you tilt to the side to help you find the floor. It's a side stretch. Now, your pelvis wants to stay put. Tendencies for the right hip to come off the ground. No, don't do that. Try to keep both sides of your pelvis grounded. It's just the rib cage and spine that go tilting. Now, this right arm, that's your ticket out of here. The right arm comes down, it's heavy and it has momentum. Other side. Notice the pelvis stays level. The ribs and the spine go tilting. Good work. Ideally here in side stretches, you have the one shoulder on top of the other. The arm, an extension of the spine. You don't need to overreach it, underreach it, unless you care to. Breathe in. Left arm's downedness helps you find upright. Very good. Off the center line. Float taller. It's not as muscular as you might like. It's more intention. It's in your mind's eye. Float your torso tall. Twist to the right. How? Right hand behind your seat. I like fingertips, especially since I'm sitting on a block. You might use the palm of your hand or a fist back there. Right hand behind you, left hand comes to right leg. Anywhere. And try to get a little grip with your hands. Sit up taller, twist the ribs round, and then turn the face around back. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, counter twist all the way around to the other side. Place the arms, left hand behind, right hand to left leg anywhere. Use your arm strength to help you sit up tall and twist the ribs. Then turn the face around back. Shoulders and jaw level. Try. Floating spine ever taller in your mind's eye. Hold this side a little longer than the other side. Continue to breathe. Feel the body. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, let go of the twist. Very nicely done. Open your legs wide. Now, heels out to the side. I want knees and toes up. Not everyone can muster that, but I'm being easy on your knees here, you see. With knees bent, it's easier to manage the toes and the knees up. Some of you can't help but have the toes and the knees back. That's okay. That's okay. Just work on knees and toes up eventually. It doesn't even have to be today. Now, if knees and toes up with bent knees is comfortable, straighten the legs. All of this, I might add, is easier when you're sitting on a cushion or a block. When your pelvis is up higher than your heels, it's easier to find these shapes. It's easier on the lower back, hips, and pelvis. Just feel free to use a little cushion or a block. Pull flesh out from underneath of your seat manually. With los manos. With the hands. And then elbows to thighs, I dare you. If you're lucky, you can get them there. Careful not to slouch around your spine though. These lower ribs of yours, you want them poking forward and through. All the while, shoulders are kind of back, even as the elbows yearn for the thighs and hands yearn for the ground. Now some of you, keeping the spine long, can get your elbows even lower, your hands more forward. You're allowed to slouch a little bit so long as you maintain stretch. But you may not slouch until after you've used that long lengthened spine to find your best stretch. And then from there, maintaining the stretch, you may soften and surrender.
Surrender everything but the abdominals. Always, when you're folding forward, tone your tummy in. It helps your back relax as the back feels the support of your abdominals. Use the abdominals even more, and an inhalation and your arm strength. Inhale, push against the floor to rise. Don't forget to keep the tummy in.
Good. How did my knees and toes do? You'll notice they fell a little bit back. Naughty legs, naughty knees and toes. No, they're not naughty. They're just doing what they needed to do. I'll work next time to keep them more upright. Good. Do you remember butterfly? Of course you do. We took it lying down just a moment ago. Soles of feet come together, more or less. Sometimes it's helpful to use your hands to help move the legs. Soles of feet more or less together, in line with your center. Today, take the feet a little further out. It's hard to do. Now, lengthen the spine and fold more or less forward. Once you've found a good stretch, you may relax a bit more. Keep the elbows against something grounded. Your bones, the bones of your upper leg, the bones of your lower leg. Some of you might even find the floor on the other side of your legs. You want to find a place that you can breath easy, calm and steady. If it's not, you might be in too deep. Here again we use the toned tummy muscles, and inhalation and the pushing power of our arms to rise. Inhale, rise. Very good. Stand your feet to the ground. It's hard to do. Easier if you're on a block. Now, some of you might want your hands behind you. You're welcome to. By any means necessary. So much easier if you're on a block, especially a high one. Stand into forward fold. I say by any means necessary because I don't care how you get there. You don't have to get there like me. Yeah? Just get yourself into the forward fold. By any means necessary. Standing forward fold, please. Now, as you come into the forward fold, please take your elbows to your knees. You might peek forward at me, and then see what is behind you. Relax the back of your neck, move between your legs. What do we do every time we forward fold? Pop quiz. We pull the tummy in. Good job. I have my elbows on my knees. You may be dangling the arms, hanging lower. I like elbows to knees though, because you can still get a good release through your spine. And then everyone, dangling or not, hands to knees, please. And use the arm strength and inhalation and abdominal strength to rise. Pull your tummy in, inhale, straighten the arms. And look towards me. Arms have lifted you up to here. If you were to bend your elbows, you'd come down. Don't bend your elbows. Stay up here. Pull your tummy in and your shoulders down your back. Ooh, even higher. Now, seat drops a little lower. You have to bend your knees for that. As the seat drops low, though, we come up to stand and roll the shoulders back. Looks like this. Seat drops, shoulders roll back as we rise. Once you've found standing, roll the shoulders back a couple extra times. Good. Bring your feet together. Nice. Bend your knees a couple times. Now, ideally the feet touch. This is feet a hip distance apart. We want feet touching. If not possible, is that a problem? No, of course you know that's not a problem. Get your feet as close together as you can. Bend your knees and straighten. Your arms may be wherever you please. Last time. Bend the knees and straighten. Good. Challenge. Head on top of left foot a little more than the right foot. Can you see it? Here, I'll come back to center. You too, please. Head between 2 feet. Now, our feet are more or less together, so we're not moving much. Head on top of right foot. Can you see the difference? As I come back to center, head over left foot. There's such a little bit of movement. With head on top of left foot, try to lift your right foot. Careful. Right foot down. Before you fall over, promise. Head on top of right foot. Now, lift the left foot. It doesn't have to be high or for long. Rest. Down. That was very challenging. Really challenging to do as our first balance. Open your legs now a hip distance. That's about 2 of your fist distance. With the feet a hip distance apart or 2 fists distance apart. Again, shift head on top of left foot. You might notice that the right heel lifts a little bit. Come on to the other side. Head on top of right foot. And the left heel may lighten. Shift through center. Head on top of left foot. Lucky you has your right heel already lifted. Dare you lift the toes. If you're like me, your head shifts a little bit more when the toes come off the floor. Other side. Pass through center. Find head on top of right foot. Spine, you'll notice, in line with right leg. If you're a lucky one, the heel of your left foot's already up. Lightly lift the toes and expect a little more movement here as the spine aligns with the lifted leg. Put the toes down and reset center. Ideally, the foot wants to lift off the ground. If it doesn't want to lift, don't force it. One more time. Spine, head on top of left foot. Spine, head, shift a little more, tease your right toes off the floor. Rest. Back to center. Other side. Head, spine on top of right foot. Head, spine in line with left leg. Dare you lighten the toes. Done. Rest down. Very good. Open your stance wide. Not too wide. Try to take your hips a little bit side to side. Good. Here, feet as least as wide as the shoulders. It's a little wider than hip distance. Notice 2 fist distance, shoulders wider than that. Ideally, feet even wider than the shoulders. Not mandatory. Bend both knees. Straighten. Ideally, look down at your feet, notice they are parallel, like you're standing on a train tracks. Bend both knees just a little bit, while maintaining posture plumb. Tendencies for the seat to go back as you bend the knees. Don't let that happen. Keep your head on top of shoulders, shoulders on top of pelvis. Bend the knees just a smidgen. Rise. Good. Bend the knees a smidgen. Now it's time to send the seat back. Hands to knees. Try to turn your toes out to the side. Just a smidgen. That's a little bit where I come from. Dig in with the outside edges of your feet. Your knees may draw themselves further apart. Lean forward and shrug the shoulders. Ground the shoulders to rise a bit. One more time like that. Shoulders shrug and you sink down a little bit. Shoulders ground and you pop up. Careful now. Left shoulder forward just a little bit. Down. It's a twist off the long extended arms. Reset center. Slouch. Shrug the shoulders. Ground the shoulders. Other side. Right shoulder dips forward and down just a little bit. Feel the twist in your torso as the pelvis stays put. The rib cage moves. Inhale, reset. Exhale, shrug the shoulders. Inhale, ground the shoulders. And kindly walk your feet back together. This is hard. Hands to knees still. Heels in and toes in. Heels in and toes in. Good. And we're back to a flat back. We were here earlier. What did we do from here earlier? But take the seat a little bit lower. Roll the shoulders back and come to stand. Looks like this. Good. Roll the shoulders back. A couple extra times. Encouraging that lift to the chest. Excuse me. Feet together again. More or less. Right toes, turn them out to the right. Notice that your hips and your shoulders turn a little bit to the right as well. Lift your right heel, slide it in. Get your head on top of the left foot. Square the hips and shoulders back forward, no longer to the right. And dare you lift the right toes. It's just a dare. You can keep them down and get yourself strengthened and toned here. There's no need to lift those toes, but you may. And some of you may even commit a little bit further. Remember, heel of foot is never allowed on the knee. We don't take side pressure into that forward, backward moving knee. It messes with the ligaments. Knee, right knee, forward. Different balance. Careful you don't fall over. Foot down. What's the difference in balance then? Well, when your knees bowed out to the side, it's heavy out there. Yeah? And when the knee's forward, it's heavy there. What counterbalances the knee? But the weight of your head and shoulders, yeah? So to the side is a different sort of balance. So we'll lean back when the knee's forward. Little, I say. Let us do the other side. Left leg rotates out to the side. And of course, we start from the feet more or less together, squared forward. As we open, the hips and shoulders open. Lift, left heel. Slide it in. Good. Get your head and spine, you notice mine's not yet, get head and spine on top of right foot. Hands to heart, or holding on to imaginary railings. Harder at the heart. Tease, toes off the ground. Remember, the weight of your head counterbalances the weight of your knee. You might commit further or choose to come back down to the toes tucked under. Your call. Whether the toes are tucked or not, knee forward. Different type of balance. Try to find it tall, proud, stable. You're done. Down. Shake the right leg. That's hard because it's balance. Shake the left leg. And rest. Good. Down the length of your mat. Forward fold. Elbows to knees. I'd like you to find hands and knees. Hands and knees from here, lucky us, we get to pass through a downward facing dog along the way. If you're not comfortable following me to the floor, you can always come down to hands and knees your own way, one that you know comfortably. But if you wish to play along, how's my back doing? Rounded and slouchy? No good. Try to lengthen the spine, keep it long, tone the tummy. Bend the knees enough to place at least your fingertips to the floor. Palms ideally. Step the feet back. If your palms are not yet down, put them down. Step the feet back a little bit more. You're teasing downward dog now. Good job. But tabletop. All fours. That's this one. Now there's an interesting thing between downward dog and this tabletop and all fours. And it's shared with child's pose. Come there with me now, please. Seat towards feet. Now, your seat doesn't have to go that far back. As your knees allow, you send the seat towards the feet. You can buttress, elbows to knees, or floor, or more of a surrender. This child's pose, and now back to all fours. Inhale, hands or knees. Child's pose, hands and knees, and you don't have to follow along, but you're welcome to. Child's pose, hands and knees, and this downward facing dog are all interchangeable. They're essentially the same thing. Can you see how? Essentially. They all have a bend at the hips, weight in the hands, and length in the spine. Neat. Child's pose, all fours, or downward facing dog. Whenever you hear me call out one of those, you can always do the other. I think that's cool. Hands and knees, please. Now, sit off to one hip or the other. Posture bright, feet up front, no block under the seat, sorry. Hands behind you. As your hands come to the floor behind you, check your fingertips that they are pointing out to the side. So fingertips, are they pointing forward? No, they're not. Fingertips, are they pointing back? Nope, no they're not. Where are they pointing again? Straight out to the side. Both sets. Okay. With fingers pointing out to the side and toes forward. Notice your knees are behind your ankles. Take the hands a little further back. 6 inches behind the pelvis. And off of the arm strength, ideally palms flat, lift the chest. Now, if your palms are not flat, do not try this next part. You must have the palms down and elbows long, chest forward and proud. If you're there, try to move your knees on top of your ankles. Say what? Looks like this. Knees on top of ankles. Lifts the pelvis up. Now your torso's like a hammock. Try to come up to bridge pose. That's more lift to the pelvis. If you're comfortable, gaze up at the ceiling. Find your knees with your gaze and put your seat back down. Notice the knees travel back as your seat comes down. Slow release down. You might scoot forward a little bit so that you have room behind you to lie back. I want you to roll down your spine eerily slow. We pass through that crunch position from before. Ooh, no, I sped up at the wrong time. Rest all the way down. You'll notice that you speed up as well along the way down. We tone our tummy on that descent and try to move slowly. When you notice your body speeding up, remember that spot for next time and choose to work extra hard there the next time you roll down. I feel like we should do it again now. Let's roll to one side or the other. Feel free to rock and roll up to seated. And we'll do it one more time. Rolling down the spine, extra, extra, extra slow. And there's that spot where you can't help but speed up. That's the spot you really put on the ab brakes and try to slow down. And if you miss it today, try next time. Roll down slow. This is where I sped up last time, so we're going to try to slow down. Ouch! Ouch, I say. Oh, I'm so glad to be on the floor again. And I hope you are too. Feeling the flush run through those abdominals that just worked. Reach down and try to graze the heels of your feet with your fingertips. Now, much like before, walk your shoulders down your back and tuck your chin in. Much like before, last time we went lifting the seat, the knees move on top of the ankles. Right now, your knees are slightly behind the ankles. Move your knees forward on top of the ankles and your pelvis will lift. It's up to you then, if you choose to, lift the pelvis higher. Not mandatory though. And then we return to the hover, that is knees on top of the ankles. And then we return pelvis to the ground. And the knees slightly behind the ankles. Now, again, a soft twist. Knees left, and then right. 2 more of those. Left and right. Take your nose away from the knees. Last time. Knees right, nose center. And now the figure 4. Right foot to left knee. Send your right knee forward away from your chest and shoulders. Now, send both legs teetering off of your left foot. Both legs fall to the left. Ideally, the right knee is still high and falling away from your shoulders. It really wants to fall back towards you. You don't let it. Ideally, the sole of your right foot, more or less, standing on the ground. Gaze to your right if you're not already. Stack your ankles and knees. And reset constructive rest. With the breath, shall we? Inhale, prepare. Exhale, left foot up to right knee. Settle in. Take a breath. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. The legs fall to the right. Gaze away from the legs and encourage the top knee to fall forward, away from your shoulders. Continue to breathe. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, stack ankles and knees. Inhale again. Exhale, stand your feet to the ground. constructive rest. Settle in here. Continuing to breathe. Inhale, prepare. As you exhale, walk your feet further apart for knock knees. Feet about as wide as your mat. Wide as the shoulders, more or less. Some of us not on mats, I forget. So heels about as wide as the shoulders, maybe even wider. Toes angle inward, and your knees fall in. They don't necessarily touch. For many of you, they will. Knock knees. Relax. Relax the inner thighs more. Some of you are still squeezing your legs together, which is not allowed. You want the knees to fall towards each other. You need to squeeze. Walk your feet back together. Scoot your tailbone forward just a touch. Walk your shoulders down your back. And then send the heel of your right leg forward, long leg down. Left leg extends long. Try to get the heel more forward as the leg goes long. Allow your legs to turn out to their respective sides. So the right foot falls off to the right as the left falls off to the left. Tuck your chin in just a hint. Notice your arms falling open, much the same way as your legs. Rest. In gravity's pull. Remember last time you were lying here? Pull out that picture you took only an hour ago. How do you feel now compared to an hour ago? Scan your body. New sensations. Spots that were tight earlier, no longer tight. Spots that were fine earlier, now tight. Use your mind. Use your breath. And imagine relaxation. Especially where you feel fatigue, strain, I hope not pain. Use your mind and your breath, the exhale mainly. Use your exhale to let go of the things you don't need. Inhale, refresh your body. Exhale, detox, let go of stress, tension. Inhale, all that is good. Exhale, let go. That which no longer serves you. Welcoming it in. Welcoming its release. Now, take extra care. Move slowly. Move to one side or the other.
push.
Yourself to seated. Settle into posture. Inhale your hands to your heart. Exhale here. Feel ease through body best you can. Floating posture. Easy shoulders. Easy neck. Calm, easy breath. Calm, steady mind. Let's carry this with us today. Ease in posture. Ease in breath. Thank you kindly for your time and attention today. Wishing you the best. Wishing us all the best. Aloha. Namaste. And ahui ho. I'll see you next time. Great job today. Not easy, stretching the mind and body. Focusing the mind and body. But you did good. Aloha.